everyone, Shaquette Bartal is here, ladies and gentlemen, yours and mine and everyone else, Carolina Panthers are 5-3 following a 30-20 on victory over the Tennessee Titans. Let's break this game down, ladies and gentlemen. The Panthers won by 10 points, but if you watch the game at home, at the bar, or in person, like myself, it sure felt like the Panthers should have won this game by 30 plus points. That's how dominating this game was for the Panthers. Sure, give credit to the Titans, especially in the second half. They did a pretty good job of running the ball. They did a good job of passing the ball. Overall, in part, I felt like the Panthers were playing prevent defense with a big lead, which, let me tell you something, ladies and gentlemen, in the NFL, you have to keep the foot on the gas until the final whistle. But overall, ladies and gentlemen, I thought the Panthers played outstanding. I really, really did. ChristianMcCaffrey, in my opinion, is in the top 3 for the MVP of the NFL. No question about it. If he's not in yours, then you need to look at all he has done this season. Because without ChristianMcCaffrey, the Carolina Panthers would not be 5-3 right now. No question about it. Kyle Allen today had an outstanding bounce back game. Last week against the 49ers, at times, he looked really bad. Really, really bad. But overall, the Panthers last week looked really, really bad. Offense, defense, except for ChristianMcCaffrey and some other players. Today was totally different team. And now some might say, oh, the Titans are not good, so on. But you know what? Last year, Panthers on Thursday night, they got destroyed on the road in Pittsburgh against the Pittsburgh Steelers. 10 days later, against a not a good Lions team, the Panthers got flat out embarrassed and lost to the Lions. So I don't want to hear the nonsense that are saying, oh, the Titans are a bad team. I did read during the game that the Titans defense ranked in the top 5 in the NFL. And let me tell you something. They didn't look like a top 5 defense. But then again, give credit to the Panthers. Panthers offensive line did an outstanding job of protecting Kyle Allen today. They really did. You can say he was sacked one time on a play that should have been a check down throwaway type of a play. Instead, Kyle Allen ran the ball and lost 2 yards. But the Panthers did an outstanding job of creating running room for ChristianMcCaffrey. The final touchdown for the Panthers, which pushed them on top 30-16, was a ChristianMcCaffrey run CMC. The defense is terrified of ChristianMcCaffrey. Your defense is terrified of ChristianMcCaffrey. McCaffrey with a 53-yard touchdown. Panthers scored. Panthers went 30-16. Offense, like I stated, Kyle Allen did a pretty good job of connecting with his target wide receiver today. Sure, couple of plays. When you look back at the tape, he said, man, I should have it back. The interceptions that he threw wasn't his fault because that ball was tipped in the air by Jarius. Unfortunately today, he wasn't. The price is right. With the drops, with the interceptions that he tipped in the air, then the Titans caught it. We can say today, unfortunately, it was the price wrong. But Kyle Allen, like I stated, did a pretty good job of check down, connected with Greg Olsen, with Jarius Wright. When he didn't drop the ball, he caught one pass. He did an outstanding job of connecting with Curtis Samuel for a gorgeous, spectacular looking touchdown, corner of the end zone. That play is a top 10 play catch of the year. He did an outstanding job of connecting with DJ. We got to have more. DJ Moore with a spectacular catch. Another top play catch of the year. Namani. So Allen did a pretty good job. Panthers offensive line did a good job of protecting Kyle Allen. Sure, the Titans defense not as strong as the 49ers last week, But I don't want to hear none of that, because that is nonsense. Ladies and gentlemen, the Titans have a good defense. The Panthers just have a better offense. Defense for the Panthers, outside of the Titans' first drive in the second half, where the Titans just gash it with Derrick Henry. And I should mention this, Derrick Henry is pardon me. Derrick Henry is an outstanding running back, no question about it. And the Titans did a pretty good job of converting in the air late in the game against the Panthers defense, which I felt like the Panthers were playing prevent. And as I mentioned at the beginning of the video, ladies and gentlemen, in the NFL, you have to stay aggressive and keep the foot on the gas until the final whistle is blown. But like I stated, overall the Panthers did a good job of getting into Ryan Tannehill. They did an outstanding job of causing him nightmares. They had a couple of interceptions, one fumble return. Overall, that was a dominating victory for the Panthers. Like I stated, it sure felt like, when you look at the final score, that the Panthers should have won this game by 40 points, 30 to 40 points. At no time did it feel like the Panthers were in danger of losing this game. So, to have a final of 30 to 20, I truly feel like this is a deceiving score. When you look at the stat, when you look at the box score, this was a very important, crucial victory for the Carolina Panthers for a couple of reasons. Number one, no question about it, the Panthers got embarrassed last week against a very good 49ers team. Panthers didn't show up. The effort wasn't where it needed to be. No question about it. Now, the Panthers had two choices. Number one, they could have felt sorry for themselves and said, okay, you know what? We got embarrassed. Let's go home. We probably won't show up. We're playing against the Tennessee Titans. Let's tank it in. I mean, Cam Newton is probably not coming back this season, unfortunately. So, let's tank it in. Let's feel sorry for ourselves. Or, I could have said, listen, we lost. We got embarrassed last week. Let's show everyone that we are not as bad as the score indicated last week against the 49ers. Luckily, and I'm glad to say, the Panthers decided to show up today. They weren't dominating. They made the Titans look embarrassed. This was a victory that the Panthers really needed. It was a type of victory that could save your season. I'm not saying that the Panthers are going to the playoffs or to the Super Bowl, because the NFC is very tight right now, very difficult. But at the Panthers loss, you could have kissed the playoff goodbye with how difficult the NFC is right now. The Panthers got a major boost today with the Minnesota Vikings losing on the road. And last I saw, prior to the recording of this video, right now it's past 6 o'clock East Coast time, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers were leading the Seattle Seahawks on the road. So, the Vikings losing today was a big boost for the Panthers. And the way the NFC is shaped up, 9-7 will not get you in. 10-6 will probably get you in. 11-5 will definitely get you in as a wild card spot. The AFC, 9-7 will definitely get you in. 10-6, you might win your division. So that is how different the NFC and AFC is. So the Panthers picked up a big victory today. Sure, it wasn't a conference win, but a win is a win. That is how you look at it. The Panthers are 5-3. They have a momentum going on the road at Lambeau Field next week against a very strong, serious Super Bowl contender in the NFC. A team that, in my opinion, is underrated. Because right now, all we hear about are the 49ers, whom the Panthers played last week, and the Saints. These are the two teams that everyone talking about Super Bowl contender in the NFC. But I wouldn't sleep on the Green Bay Packers. As long as they have Aaron Rodgers, which they do, they have a strong defense. The Packers are a serious Super Bowl contender. Now with that said, the Panthers could go into Lambeau Field next week and beat the Packers, or then again, they could go into Lambeau Field and get embarrassed and lose by 40 points to the Packers. It will and could go either way. Only time will tell. But as a Panthers fan, for right now, you have to be extremely excited with how the team played today. And unfortunately, like it or not, the Carolina Panthers like to give their fans, Panthers Nation, chest pain. The Panthers are called the cardiac cats for a right reason. Chest pain after chest pain. But I will say this, Carolina Panthers have the formula to be extremely dangerous team in the NFC, make the playoff potentially, and who knows, maybe go all the way. Of course, if they get Cam Newton back, Panthers are a serious Super Bowl contender, no question about it. But even without Cam Newton, I would issue a warning to the teams in the NFC. Sure, 49ers, you embarrassed us last week. We know about it. But the Carolina Panthers have the formula to be extremely dangerous in the NFC, as tight and strong as the NFC is. The reason for that, they have a great defense. Overall, a pretty good dominating defense will get to the quarterback, cause you nightmare. And they have the MVP, Christian McCaffrey, who I like to say, your defense is terrified of Christian McCaffrey. You get nightmare because of Christian McCaffrey. Your body is old because of Christian McCaffrey. McCaffrey played like MVP today. He owed the chant at Bank of America Stadium. Rightly so. MVP. 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 If the Panthers can improve on the running game, run defense, which they can. If Kyle Allen can keep the play alive in the pocket, which he can. If the Panthers offensive line can protect Kyle Allen, which they can. If they can create running room for Run CMC, which they can. The Carolina Panthers can make the playoff, and all you haters out there will go to bed crying because the Carolina Panthers will make the playoff, and there is nothing that you can do about it. As I like to say after a Panthers victory, sweet Caroline, oh, I feel so good. We are 5-3, and there is nothing you can do about it. Keep pounding, let's go Panthers!